I think that we can get under 10% by the end of the year, Stuart. I really do believe that as hard as this has been for American workers and their families, it was always meant to be temporary. We had an extraordinarily strong economy.
Nostradamus move over. Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia making a bold prediction back in June that the unemployment rate would fall below 10% by the end of the year. Oh, what do you know? He's got it right, but so early, it's August that we fell to that point. Really deep, too. The unemployment rate fell to 8.4%. So let's get reaction from Nostradamus himself, Secretary Scalia, in just a moment. But first, I want to go to Cheryl Casoni, who's in the newsroom with more details on this jobs report. Cheryl.
Yeah, there's some interesting little nuggets in the report, Charles. So, yeah, the August jobs report surprised economists this morning as the economy continues to recover from the pandemic. So in August, the U.S. economy added 1.4 million jobs, which helped push the unemployment rate down to 8.4%. Remember, we were at 10.2% in July. That's a big improvement from April's nearly 15% unemployment rate. As states began to reopen, the amount of those saying that their layoffs were temporary declined to 6.2 million, meaning that employers are beginning to bring back their workers. Retail and government jobs help drive those gains. Employment for blacks, Asians, and Hispanics increased last month. 367,000 for blacks, 187,000 for Asians, and 1 million jobs added for Hispanics. But the unemployment rate for these groups remained above 10%, while in contrast, the unemployment rate for white workers was 7.3%. Now, another group hard hit, those without a high school degree. That group at 12.6% unemployment last month. Those with bachelor degrees or higher were unemployed at a 5.3% rate. Last month, the U.S. economy added just over 1 million private jobs, basically in line with the expectations. Manufacturing jobs seeing a gain, 29,000. The expectation, we do have to say, was for 50,000. So a lot of big surprises this morning when we had the jobs report for all of our viewers, and the markets reacted. Charles.
They certainly did. Thank you very much, Cheryl. And joining me now, Labor Secretary Eugene Scalia. Secretary, first of all, congratulations. You were absolutely right with that bold prediction, and it happened so much faster than anyone thought it could. So tell us, where do you think it goes from here?
Well, thanks, Charles. Good to be with you. And yes, when I predicted that I thought we could get under 10% this year, that was perceived as highly optimistic. Back in April, the Congressional Budget Office said that we'd be at around 16% in the third quarter, and here we are well below 10%. So I think this is just very good news that the American workers can take into Labor Day weekend. And I think we can continue this progress as well. We've seen good economic news in a variety of surveys over the last couple of weeks in terms of expansion in manufacturing, in the service sector, in factory orders and the like. So I think we can continue this. And Charles, we know we need to. We're not done. There are still too many people out of work that the president is determined to help by getting additional federal unemployment system. But we're on a good path. We do also need to continue to be careful about the virus, because being safe is part of what's going to be key to continue to add jobs and grow and open.
The ability to coexist with the virus until we get a vaccine, obviously critical. You can see how the markets reacted every time we've seen news on more rapid testing and testing results. I do want to add, too, just to put a fine point on this unemployment number, you know, I'm not a fan of the U3 number, because people can drop out of the labor force and the rate will go lower, and that actually will skew an awful economy. But in this case, the labor force increased by 968,000 people, and you had 56,000 more black workers come in, 177,000 more Asian workers come in, 365,000 more Hispanic workers come in. People piled into the labor force, and they got their jobs back. So my question to you then, and because I know President Trump is pushing hard to try to provide some help for those who cannot get a job right now. Let's face it. A lot of businesses are gone now. They're permanently gone. And if we had a vaccine tomorrow, the job wouldn't rematerialize. What's going on with Congress? Do you have any thoughts on what they're going to do about some additional fiscal help?
Well, to your first point, we came by this 8.4% unemployment rate the right way, because, as you're saying, labor force participation actually went up. And so this was a real drop in that unemployment rate, which again bodes well. In terms of Congress, it was very frustrating to the president back at the end of July, early August, that they would not move forward with some continued unemployment benefits, not at $600 a week, but a continued benefit, not fund PPP, not make an additional economic impact payment. You certainly got the sense that there were some in the Democratic leadership who maybe just didn't want a deal, didn't want to do the things that would help the economy even further. As you know, the president stepped in on the unemployment front with this lost wage assistance program using FEMA money to provide a new source of unemployment benefits. When that deal wasn't happening, he basically put out a directive throughout the administration. Let's find another way, and we did. We've got 45 states now participating in that program.
Well, Secretary Scalia, if the lotto numbers happen to pop in your head, don't be shy sharing with me. In the meantime, I do want to say congratulations. You guys have done a great job under very difficult conditions. Hope to talk to you again real soon, sir.